बस ध्यान इतना हमें है धरना, हम भी तुम्हारे सब है तुम्हारा, अहंकार किस बात का करना। तेरे हवाले कश्ती हमारी, बड़े प्यार से लिए जा रहे। कराने वाला करा रहा है, करनहार हम किए जा रहे। ओ झलक तुम्हारी ओ प्यारे भगवान, तुम्हारी ओ प्यारे भगवान, पलक में भर के दिखा रहे।
we must have really bhavna, first of all. Bhavna for God's kitchen. That is why in every center we write Bola Natka Bandara. That is Bola Nath kitchen. That is owned by Baba. It is Baba's kitchen. Even though somebody is assigned to coordinate activity, it does not belong to them. It is Baba's kitchen, Bholanath Bandara. So anyone who is doing anything in there, they should have that bhavna that I am doing for Baba, Baba and Baba. The only sound should emerge from Baba's Bandara in our heart is Baba. So that is why it is always advised that one should maintain total silence in Bandara while cooking. Then we are able to tune in with Baba and the vibrations can spread in the kitchen. Even in Bhakti, we have heard from the Murlis, Srinathwar temple, when people cook there, they tie their mouth with the white cloth. Nobody speaks to anyone. They keep silent while cooking the food that is going to be offered to God. So this is something which is very important. And secondly, that is advice for all Brahmins who take care of the kitchen is first it should be physically clean. The kitchen, Baba's kitchen, should be physically totally clean because we are cooking for Baba. Just to make sure this is God's kitchen, it has to be clean. And everything in God's kitchen should be kept orderly. That is why in some centers we see it is so orderly kept, labels. Everything has a separate section so that nothing is misplaced, nothing is lost. Of course, the one who is cooking, whether it is Bhog or whether it is Doli or whether it is Brahma Bhojan, they must be totally clean. So there are certain qualifications that is necessary. Only then we allow people to enter the kitchen to cook for Baba. We all know the we all know the Brahmin Maryadas. So someone who practice all the Brahmin Maryadas at least for 8 months to 1 year, only they are allowed to come to kitchen to do the cooking, to offer to Baba, whether it is Brahmacharya, Amrit Vela, Murli, or food. This is a very big issue. but we have to follow. So some wait for their time until they finish the time limit before they come to cook for Baba. And we also advise people as much as possible wear Brahmin uniform when you are in Baba's kitchen. Not with lucky clothes, not with color clothes. It is good to have Brahmin uniform when I am cooking. And also nowadays, hygienic values are maintained because food can become the reason for people to get sick. Cleanliness. So it is very important that we wash our hands, clean ourselves properly before we start anything. So recently we have mentioned to those who are cooking, they should wear gloves, they should tie their hair with the cap and always have apron. Because this is the dress code for cooking. Not like, you just come and then start cooking anything. Because sometimes the hair can fall into the food, sometimes the hands are not clean. If somebody eat can get food poison, we don't know. So this must be strictly maintained as a discipline to be in Baba's kitchen before we start the cooking purpose. And now, of course, as I said, our consciousness when we are cooking. Now, before that, I just want to highlight who are allowed to cook and who are not allowed to cook. There are some mothers and fathers who deal with non-veg. They don't eat it, but they touch the meat. They may be working in a shop where they sell meat, or they are in a hospital where they feed meat to the patients, or they have pets in their home, they feed the meat for them. Or sometimes you are in bondage, all mothers, all members are not in knowledge. So you may be forced to cook for the family. It's nothing wrong because you cannot create conflict. Because you don't eat, you deprive them. But then if this is the case, you have to wait. You cannot cook for Baba. If I am cooking non-veg at home for my relatives, it's okay, it's nothing wrong. You can cook a separate food for yourself, that's fine, but you are still handling. So if these are the situations, and sometimes it also happens, you may not cook, you may not eat, you buy meat for somebody, you are going to the market, somebody say, can you buy some meat for me? He says, what wrong? I'm going. That is also not right. Because 5 people share the same. The one who kill, the one who sell, the one who buy, the one who cook, the one who eats. So I should not be part of any of those processes. So once I have this situation, I should understand I am not eligible at present to cook for Baba. And only those who follow completely vegetarian, that is no onion, no garlic, no radish. We don't eat also radish is equal to onion. And the one who don't eat outside, sometimes you have relatives, you have to visit them, and then the problem comes, I don't eat, they get sorrow. But if I am eating from other people's hand, I am not eligible to cook in Baba's kitchen. So that I need to understand. I eat in restaurant, take away food or relatives' hand, but it should be purely I cook with my own hand. Even though you may not, sometimes it happens that because all members are not in knowledge, we don't allow them to have Baba's room. We don't allow them to have Brahma Baba's photo. But you can have your separate food and you can offer to Baba when you are eating. You don't have a Baba's room. It's only when the whole family is in knowledge, then we allow them to have Baba's room and Brahma Baba's translate, where they can every day offer both. But definitely, even if I'm alone, I have separate utensils, but I must, when I finish cooking, I can remember Baba when I take the food in my plate and offer to Baba. So this must be strictly followed. Not eating outside, not cooking for anybody, not even feeding anybody, totally following brahmacharya for at least 8 months, Amrit Vela every day. It may be sometimes some of the mothers, all the time they may not be able to come for the Murli, but if there are some exceptions, they have to talk to the center coordinator. If there is a genuine reason, we give permission. If other dharnas are all pakka, right? So that is one thing. And the second thing is, it is very important that, when I am in Baba's kitchen, I should not be thinking of doing too many things. One thing, please remember, no mobile in Baba's kitchen. If you are having mobile in one hand and stirring food in the other hand, it is not called Brahma Bhojan. So you need to put the phone away as long as you are inside the kitchen. Because every vibration that you have in Baba's kitchen goes to food. And every vibration in the food affects the people who eat. That is why Baba often challenges, if you are yoga yukta and cooking food for Baba, the one who eats their yoga becomes powerful. So you can become instrument to claim blessings from so many souls if you do it in the right consciousness. So the whole time in Baba's kitchen, even though we are eating, Baba is not eating what we cook. But my consciousness should be, I am cooking for Baba. Not like, oh, this vegetable so and so likes. I'm cooking because this person likes. Baba will not accept that because it becomes HL, second hand offer. So I should not bring any human being in between. Offer to them first before you offer to Baba. So I just have that pure consciousness. And secondly, of course, if you are totally silent, you know that you have put all the ingredients in the food, whatever necessary. But sometimes if you are not sure, after cooking finish, you can taste a little bit to make sure everything is okay. It's nothing wrong. I remember Poli Dadi asked Baba once, who was in charge of kitchen, if she can taste the food. Baba said, okay, no problem. Because we have to make sure whatever we are feeding God, it must be perfect. Not like no salt, no sugar, and then offer it like that. It doesn't work. So, but of course, I must wash my hand, wash the spoon. Don't use the same spoon you are putting in Baba's tray to test and then wash. No. So that is possible. But cleanliness should be maintained, throughout. Washing hands, washing vegetables properly, putting in the right thing. And so when I have that kind of yoga yukta state, I will not make any mistake. Neither I will burn the food, nor I will forget to put some ingredients, nor the food is not balanced, half cooked, whatever. If those things happens, it shows that your intellect are not with the food somewhere else. So the consciousness is, it is for Baba. Baba is going to be my guest. You know. So at least once a day, we must cook fresh food. If not twice a day. Madhuban they do twice. But in all centers may not be possible to do twice because there are people who stay alone and they go to work, they come back only in the evening. At least once a day, at least proper food. Not just salad, not just one banana you keep and then offer to Baba. No, proper food. And sometimes some Brahmins say, oh, I am on fasting today, I did not cook anything. That is wrong. You can do fasting, don't put Baba on fasting. So I need to offer because Baba is feeding me. I have to feed Baba. That is why it is said, Shiv Baba's Bandara, but cooked by Brahmin. So that is why they say even deities in the subtle region are hungry to eat Brahma Bhojan. Why do they say that? Because Brahmins eating Brahma Bhojan became deities. So that is why this expression is used. It is not that in the subtle region deities will come to eat your Brahma Bhojan. And what does Baba take? Not the smell of the food. Baba doesn't have nose. In Hindi we say Vasana. Vasana means the feelings. Bhavana brings Vasana. Vasana means the deep feelings with which you are cooking. That reaches Baba, not the smell of the food. So that is where I have to be just totally in Baba's remembrance. So Baba takes the Vasana of the food. So once the food is cooked properly, and then we have Baba's utensils. We use Baba's utensils, two types of utensils. Everyday Bhojan, Brahma Bhojan separate, Thursday Bhog separate. Because Bhog is special, Brahma Bhojan is daily. So we wash Baba's dishes, wipe with a separate towel, and then put the bhojan inside. And at least when you put the bhojan inside, you should put enough, like you are serving somebody, not like you fill up totally, not like you put one little bit. Properly and cover it. Every day you put water only, no nectar every day. When you offer Bhog, Brahma Bhojan, you give water, right? And Dadi had mentioned to us how much time should I spend to offer Bhojan every day. 3 minutes, minimum 3 minutes, one song. You go to Baba's room, it is better the one who cooks offer. If in case, if they are not available, the next person to them, they should be clean also. Not like everybody you say, come, you go to offer like that. So you do it with Bhavana, you have cooked is much better. 3 minutes, one song. And what should you think when you are taking the food, keeping it in front of Baba? So it is a feeling of thanksgiving. So you immerse yourself in front of Baba in the subtle region and tell Baba that Baba, I have brought this bhojan for you. Please accept it with lots of love and take drishti. Thank you, Baba, for feeding this body with the pure food. And so then you just take drishti from Baba and let Baba's drishti, vibrations of light and might, fall on the food and purify the matter. Even though we cook the food in Baba's remembrance, but the matter is still Tamobradhan, you know. So Baba's light and might rays purifies the food. And then after that, I get up and bring the food and mix it with the whole food. Before distributing, that is called prasad. So I have to make food into prasad, holy food. And so the food will become holy food only when it is offered to Baba and then it is mixed with the rest of the food. So you are distributing prasad. So when I am eating food, it is Brahma Bhojan, other name is prasad. See, when you go to temple today, when you get little bit of prasad, how much bhavana you have when you eat it. So every day, if I am having that consciousness, I am being fed with prasad, holy food, directly from Baba's Bandara, cooked by Brahmins. So my body and mind both will become pure. Right? And then once I have mixed the food, my duty is to wash the bowl utensils, wipe it, put it back. It is not respect for Baba if you don't wash the bowl dishes, wipe it and put it back. That is your duty. So that I have finished my process, you know. And so it is important to eat also in remembrance of Baba. One is consciousness while cooking, the second is consciousness while offering, then consciousness while eating. That is called pure food. Just vegetarian food is not pure food. And one more thing, even the food, what kind of money you use to buy the food, it should be pure money, not black money. Even that is also counted in the purity of food, you know. So this is why Baba says, especially in center or Madhuban, people bring things with bhavna. Oh, please offer this fruit, please offer this. So they have brought with that bhavna, you know. And so I need to really give the value for it and use it in that way. So after offering, when I get my food, I still remember Baba. Again, I call Baba, I invite Baba to be with me as a friend or a mother, whichever relationship, eat in Baba's remembrance. That is what most of us don't do. We talk. What happens, Dadi said, when you don't remember Baba while eating food, three things happen. You don't digest the food properly. Secondly, you eat too much, more than you need. And thirdly, you know what happens? Because you don't remember Baba, Maya eats Brahma Bhojan and she gets fatter and fatter. And then she tries to fight with you. So make sure you make it a habit, make it a principle. I want to eat in Baba's remembrance. So I eat less, I eat slowly. Royalty of eating is not too slow, not too fast. Medium speed. So that I can digest the food, I eat enough, Maya don't have any chance to. So this is very, very important, you know. And of course, we also need to understand what is Brahma Bhojan and what is Bhog and what is Toli. You know, sometimes in centers, people make Toli during the day, say for some function. So they will go and offer every little toli, one toli to Baba. That is not the way. You plan in such a way that you make toli, food, bread, everything together offer to Baba. It's not like 1 minute you say one piece of cake, go and offer. one piece of Mysore pak, go and offer. That is not the way. So you plan in such a way that you make the toli, you make the bhojan, you make the bread and put them together in Baba's tray, offer them together. So then it is blessed. Toli is something that we make just to share with the family so that they feel that some Baba's pure food goes to them. Bhog is very important. Bhog is only on Thursday. Now, why it is called Bhog? Because it is system that Baba started in the Yajna. When there was bakery parts. So that time it was started offering to Baba. So we have four things in Bhog. In four things. And it has meaning. Why we offer those four things? For example, nectar. Nectar is offered only on Thursday. So it represents the nectar of knowledge, sweetness, eternity, fragrance that Baba gives us to make us into deities. And then we also offer some cooked sweet meat, sweet dish. So it represents yoga power, yoga, fire of yoga. Because when you are cooking, the shape, the color, the texture, the taste, everything changes. So when we asked Dadi last time, in foreign countries, people like to cook cookies, bread, cake, or both. I said that is not both. That is story. Both means like what they do in Madhuban. Something you use your hand to stir and then you cook with the fire. So transformation happens like halwa, like kheer, like sweet rice, pongal, something, example, something that uses fire, which represents fire of yoga, which makes the dish sweet. So Thursday, one sweet dish must be offered, and then we offer flowers. Of course, flower represents Baba changing our life from thorns into flowers. And then we also offer fruit, which is the symbol of becoming perfect. Fruit means complete. So now the question is, should we cut the fruit or just the whole fruit? So you got to be a little bit sensible. You cannot put one big watermelon in the crate and offer. One big papaya and pineapple, Yes, you can offer banana, apple, these kind of orange, whole fruit. When it comes to big fruit, you can cut into small pieces and put in the box. But do it nicely, so that it is in the box. In the grapes also in the box. So I have seen Dadi Janki was very particular. Some people wash the fruit, they never wipe it properly. They buy the flowers, it has ants in it. The ants are not being washed properly. So you wash the flower properly, make sure it has no ants. Wipe the fruit properly because you are offering to the guest. How do you offer? Dadi used to come and check Dadi Janki. Every day Thursday she goes to kitchen and she opened the bowl tray. How you have kept the fruit, how you have kept the bowl in the dishes. So we have to do it properly, not just do it for the sake of doing it, That is why everybody is not allowed to come and do this job. So the one, usually we give responsibility to prepare both plate for another person. The one who is cooking may not be preparing both plates because they may not have time to get ready things, So the other person will wash the fruit, wash the flowers, wash the plate properly and get it ready. And when the bowl is ready, they put it. And then we have two bowl cloth, one small just to cover and then we fold the big bow cloth and put it on the top. So when we bring the bow, after putting on the table only we open. So we have demonstrated it many times in centers how to bring the bow. And we always advise people, the one who cooks the bow should bring the bow to offer. Because they have cooked with bhavna and they should not just say, okay, you take the bow. Not like that. Sometimes they do. Even a new person is around, they say, okay, you go and offer it at the. No, that is not the way. Offering bow is also an honor. So Thursday, that is the system. And Thursday we should always cook extra. Because Thursday both people have bhavna. Many have taken birth as Brahmin, eating only Thursday both. They have not taken course. They just became Brahmin and sat and listened to the Murli. Many. So you must make sure, we have extra bow on Thursdays. Anybody who comes to the center, we should be able to offer them at any time Baba's bow. Because that will really bring souls closer. It is very important. And of course, Thursday bow and then daily Brahma Puja. And on special days, like for example, Prakash Mani Day, Dadi Janki's Day, Deepavali Day, we make variety of dishes. Like not just one sweet dish. So sometimes we make puri, potato sabji, halwa, like a little heavy breakfast like thing. Because people cannot come for Brahma Pujan, it's a working day. So we give them breakfast. On Sundays when we offer, we give breakfast to them. So that is special when we have on Prakash Mani Dadi's Day or Mama's Day, we ask Nirmala Ben what to cook. Sometimes we like to cook what Dadis used to like to offer to Baba. Not like they like, but they like to offer to Baba. And sometimes she tells us, sometimes we also understand from experience. So that is Brahma Pujan, special days, both. But all these things, only people who have been, qualified, follow all the principles properly are allowed. But the next aspect that comes is who can help, like say washing after the bhog is finished, washing Baba's dishes, washing Baba's clothes, dirty clothes, ironing. So ironing, washing clothes, anybody can do. You can give it to somebody who is coming to the center. Mothers in bondage, they want to do something, so they can do it. That is no problem. But as far as washing dishes is concerned, still it should be someone who follows the principle. And distributing both also should be someone who follows the principle. Not anybody, everybody can go and do the dishing, this is something because the bhavna is different. So that is why, see, in Madhuban, in many of the centers, you see that's being followed. They give drishti and give them both, And another important thing is also, so we must make the book on that day itself, not keep one day early and bake and then tomorrow morning you offer. They used to do that long ago in London. That is stopped. Because in London, 500 people come, say Thursday. So that is it, it's okay. You wake up early and finish making book. But you should be sitting in front of Dadi when Dadi is offering book. You should not be in the kitchen cooking still, no. So that we should keep in mind. Because it is bhavna, isn't it? It's not just cooking, but I should be present in front of Baba. Baba's drishti I must take. Whoever is offering both, they may not be a trans messenger, but you should be able to be present there. That is very, very important. And of course, sometimes it does happen that there are people who ask, whether they can take some hope to so and so. There is a patient, there is somebody, but give them. Don't stop. As far as Thursday go, whoever asks, give. Because you never know what one grain can do to anybody's life. So don't hold anybody, you know. But of course, we must not waste. When you are cooking both, you must know how many people you are cooking for. You must know the average, not to waste anything, not to burn, not properly cooked, whatever. So in such a way that people really appreciate, the prasad. In Gurudwara, they make halwa. They call sira, and they have so much value and respect. Even little bits fall on the floor, they will take it like this and put in the mouth. They don't mind because they say it is offered food. So actually, those who are in the kitchen, they have to be very sensible, not overcook, undercook. That means not cook too much. That the food next day people have to eat cold food, and cook so little that half people don't get food at all. No, your yoga of intellect should be so accurate. You must know 10 people how much rice, 10 people how many potato, how much they can even cook. That average you must have. Sometimes I go to some centers, they either overcook, undercook, they always got problems. So I said, why? Because I don't know average, they say. I don't know to average. You must learn. Because every grain in Baba's Bandara is given by somebody with Bhavna. I remember once, I was in London. We were in the beginning, 77, 78. So we were having lunch and we finished lunch, and that gentleman was washing the rice pots. And there were some grains of rice in the pot. She was just washing and throwing it away in the wash dish. So Daddy said, what you are doing? So much rice you are throwing away. Each grain is like diamond. Somebody has worked so hard to get that and bring it to Baba. They created their fortune. And you are creating, no fortune for yourself. So that is why those who are cooking in Baba's Bandara, they have to be careful. They must know how many people you are cooking. And then measure the food accordingly. Baba taught Boli Dadi. If you are cooking for 10 food, 10 handful rice, one extra. If you want to cook chapati, 10 handful atta, one extra. So that means it will be accurate, one for Baba. So I just have to be yoga yug to understand so that I'm able to, stay from Baba's Bandara. So that is very important. Of course, in foreign countries, we use from Baba's Bandara whatever we have in kitchen, we take it out and cook. But in India, it is not the system. In India, they bring the fresh, uncooked food for Thursday food. Whoever name is written, they have a list of names for the whole year. And they will bring the uncooked ingredient and then cook it in Baba's home. Whatever is left, they leave it in Baba's Bandara. The flowers, the fruit, everything they bring. But of course, it's a different system because in foreign countries, there are some centers There are no students at all, one student, one teacher, so they have to buy from their own pocket. That's okay. What is important is bhavna. And the fourth important, cleanliness of the center on Wednesday. Adi Janki has introduced this. Wednesday we call Karma Yoga Day. Why we do all this cleaning? Because it is like invocation of Baba on Thursday. So we have to make sure every corner of the house is clean on Wednesday to invoke Baba on Thursday. Not only Baba's room, but everywhere. Because Baba visits. And many times we have heard from the messengers that Baba says, today I went to visit. I saw how people are cleaning Baba's house, how they are preparing Baba's bowl and Baba's dishes. He watches everything, not just for the sake of doing it, with lots and lots of love. Right? And another important aspect in Brahmin family is hope for the dead people. We are now hearing so many Brahmins getting older, leaving body, and they want their ceremony to be done in Brahmin way, and then they want to offer both on that day also, the day the body was cremated, and on the 13th day, according to the custom. So we keep separate dish. The dish that we use for everyday bhojan, every day we offer bhojan. That is the dish we use when we offer bhog for the departed souls. We don't use Thursday utensils. Thursday utensils are only for Thursday. The bhog, so if you offer on Thursday for some departed souls, you put 2 trays. One tray for the departed souls and the other one for Baba. Don't mix up, because usually we offer both for the departed souls on Sundays, but it happens once in a while that we may have to do it on Thursday. In Madhuban also they do, but separate dishes so that it's not mixed up, because it is just the bhavna. So that soul's bhavna is fulfilled, and then Baba's bhog is also fulfilled. So that we can keep in mind. And of course, on the 13th day, we have Brahma Bhojan. Again, we put in a separate dish, not in our Thursday dish. So that is also important. And of course, we should not expect, nowadays we tell people, please don't expect message from Madhuban for every Brahmin to leave the body. It's not possible. Now this number is increasing and they don't even know who it is. So whatever we can, convey to them some jewels of knowledge to the family, that we can continue. Yeah. So that is something. And sometimes people say my father's anniversary, my mother's anniversary, 1 year. So they want to offer both, it's okay. Then it can be either done on Thursday or Sunday, doesn't matter. So then the family members can be invited and they can be present while the bhog is offered. And then after that, one of the seniors will meet them and then give them some fruit and some bhog and then try to encourage them, take more knowledge to make their life peaceful. So nowadays that is happening a lot. After the funeral, cremation, 13 days, some Brahmins will visit their house, give course, some knowledge, and out of that, at least 1 or 2 souls get interested, they start coming to the center. It does happen. But most of the time, we don't offer bhog for birthdays. Means at least in our centers outside India, in Madhuban they do a lot, but bhog is not offered, but they just celebrate birthday. But we don't encourage. Baba says don't celebrate your physical birthday. celebrate your spiritual birthday, So that is much better. It inspires us. So this is something also we can keep in mind. And of course, those who want to send some contribution in the name of the person who departed to Madhuban, that you can communicate with the center coordinator. You can create their fortune. It is possible. But the most important thing is when I am in Baba's home, when I am cooking for Baba, especially mothers, when you are not clean, so you should tell yourself, don't hide. So when you are not clean, you are not allowed to go to the kitchen, not allowed to cook, not to handle any Baba's utensils. Because it should be body and mind should be clean. So we should ourselves mention that I cannot do it this time. Not because out of desire, I hide what is happening to the body and I cook for Baba. That is not nice. And of course, we all know that we should also take shower every time we have bowel motion, because that is also a kind of impurity. And so it's not that I hide it. So I just cleanse myself totally before I enter the kitchen. It's also part of physical purity, it's important. So these were some of the things that was coming to my mind. But if there is any specific thing that you would like to ask, you are most welcome. But definitely, I would suggest that those who want to really book for Baba, Brahma Bhojan, go, make sure you have that eligibility. So we are happy, if you can help, but you have to know, like Madhuban also, at least 8 months you have to follow the principles, isn't it? So you have to write in the form, then only you are given permission. Otherwise, you won't be able to take blessings from Baba when you go there. If you hide, but some people, if they don't write honestly, we don't know. So we have to be honest. So that's very important. So is there any other area, Brother Stephen, you want to cover?
Yes, like serving, how they
it's a good point. The serving is also very, very important area. That's a very good point. Very important area, because serving people should be totally just to consider themselves to be instrument. Don't do any favoritism for anybody. I have heard some serving people, they give more to the people whom they like and they give less to the people whom they don't like. They become body conscious, And some people I have seen even in our place, not only they want to beg for few people. We don't allow that. When you are serving those who are here, they have to get it. So don't have any favoritism. And don't give too much that they waste. Don't give so little that they are not happy. So you have to be really soul conscious and feel that is also a great privilege that you are given that responsibility to serve service. So be soul conscious, give drishti, not drishti means 5 minutes drishti that the light is not moving. So just a seconds of drishti to create an atmosphere of soul consciousness. And all the preparations for serving should be done in advance. Cleaning the plates, wiping the table, keeping the salt and pepper bottles on the table, cleanliness on the table, cleanliness in the dining hall, and cleanliness. You should also have apron, you should also have the cap, Cows don't touch chapati with the hand, and people don't like nowadays because after COVID. So we always use gloves when we have to give something in the hand. And always apron is necessary and cap is necessary. And as much as possible, even those who are serving, don't talk and chat and and even some you see your friend meeting you for a long time, you start talking to them, you forget serving. Those things should not happen. So I have to make sure. And then of course there is a connection between kitchen and serving area. Sometimes when the food is finished, there has to be some supervisor in between who are very alert to see now the dish is finishing, they already bring more and put it there. Not that people have to be waiting, nobody is bringing the food. So it has to be a kind of understanding. And of course, sometimes it is possible the servers eat first and then serve, and sometimes they have to wait until everybody eats. It depends on the program. Some programs runs late. Like the other day, we had a funeral training in ARC, and the session went until 1:30. So the one who are karaoke, they had their lunch at 12:30. That doesn't mean that they finish off the food and other food is not left enough for others. No. But then when they came, they were able to serve them. So it depends on the programs that we have at any other time. But the server should be happy, smiling, and not frowning, not angry. Or if somebody comes with a plate in front of you, even though they have not informed you, but they just came, don't ask questions. Just give. Food is such a thing. It can break or make relationship. Doesn't matter. According to system, they are supposed to inform, but they haven't informed, but they are there. It's okay. Sometimes we become too lawful, and then we say, did you inform the center coordinator? All this, that is not my business. Not even have any slightest thought. They are here. My duty is to serve. Not too much, not too much. And don't allow anybody to pack food and give them. That is separate department. It's not mine. And of course, sometimes we have special food for patients who cannot take general. That is being looked after by others. So we who are general, we just need to concentrate on what we have to do. So serving area is very important. Because how you give the food with smile, with courtesy, with love, with proper drishti. So that is what we always appreciate in Madhuban. They stand for so many hours serving, but still they are so sweet. Any other areas?
By eating something to stand and eat.
Royalty, that is important. Brahmins, most of them, because it is also not royalty to talk and eat. See, sometimes the food is in the mouth and they are talking. That is not nice. And you are walking around and eating. That is also not nice. You are having mobile in the hand, eating. Not nice. So off your phone while eating. Off your phone while cooking. You go to separate area to talk. Because what you are talking, everybody has to hear. That is not spirituality. That's not spiritual. Even when you are drinking tea, why you make so much sound? That everybody should know you are drinking tea. I should be like an angel. Even walk also. Every activity, very subtle. Eating, walking, washing, washing utensils, making not so much noise. Because sometimes some people like to draw attention of others. So then they do all these things so that others can pay attention. No. Especially no talking on the phone while eating, no in cooking kitchen. It's very important. And also when you are cooking, because different groups come for cooking at different times, you have to make sure you leave the kitchen clean before you go. And you put back the things in its place where you took it from. And always seek for permission to use something, because the center bosses should be aware. You go away and you keep things somewhere else and they cannot find. So this is very, very important to help each other. When you come as a group to cook lunch, you use the things and put back in the same place. And leave the kitchen as clean as Baba's room. Then only we know that you are fully managing Baba's kitchen. I remember Dadi Janki, when she will visit center, she will come from the back door. We are waiting for her in the front door. But she will come from the back door, first go to kitchen. No? And then she go to bedroom. And then go to Baba's room. So we have to keep all places totally tidy. After cooking, cleaning is also my responsibility. Somebody else will not do it. Put back things in its place. So even center vasis who are managing kitchen, they should label things. People don't need to ask also. Label things on the bottom. Label things on the outside of the cupboard, what is inside. So they don't need to ask, they can use what is easier. Otherwise sometimes packets not open, half open, insects are moving, it's not so clean. So try to keep God's kitchen clean externally also. Okay, so we will now, if you have any questions, what you can do, you write it and pass it to Yakam. Yeah. Yeah. Pass it to her. She will read the question from the stage and I will answer. You can come on the stage. Yeah. Even so, people, if you have questions, you can send it on the chat box. Okay. We have time until 10:30, so we can take as many questions as you have. One thing also I want to mention, nowadays people eat things bought from the shop. They say it is untouched. Like ice cream, chocolate, bread, anything that you cannot offer to Baba, we should not eat. You can make bread at home, offer. You can make ice cream at home and offer and eat. But we should not keep the bought bread or ice cream in our fridge where Baba's things are kept to offer. Nowadays, in some Western countries, they even get ready-made pakoda, samosa, everything. You just warm it up and eat. That is not the way. So, if you want to be Pakka Brahmin, we should do it everything by hand. Don't copy someone. You say so and so is eating, so why we are not allowed? So whom you want to become like whom? Like Baba or like the brother or sister? They may be doing wrong things, so why should I do wrong? I should be doing the right thing. Yeah.
Can we read the question which I
Okay, one by
This one, while cooking, If we want to see the recipe through YouTube and cooking at the same time, is it okay?
It's not okay. If you want to try, you can first understand. Write it on a piece of paper. Don't bring your mobile, the YouTube, and keep looking at it and cooking. But yeah, you can try new recipes. Why not? But you write it, understand, write it in your own handwriting, paste the paper somewhere, and then look at it and cook. That is no problem. And they cook something we like it. We take recipe from there and we want to try it to make for Baba. That's okay. But don't bring your mobile YouTube there and then keep on in the mobile and then looking at it and cooking. That is not advisable.
Those who are not eligible to cooking, that means somehow they are cooking or touching meat by hand, but still can they do karma yoga in the kitchen or while somebody is making chapati, can they roll and give them fully they can just help?
They can do other karma yoga, sweeping, mopping in other areas of Baba's room, but not kitchen inside. Because they are handling meat in one way or the other. They are eating outside, so they have to wait until they are completely qualified. But they can help, as I said, washing Baba's clothes, ironing, that's okay. And cleaning other parts of Baba's home, karma yoga is no problem.
So if they are touching meat or handling meat, can they wash Baba's clothes?
No. And of course, Baba's bow clothes we don't allow, but gadi clothes and bed sheets and things like that is okay. Baba's clothes also somebody who has that bhavna, they should do it.
And sometimes the Bakka BKs who can offer book in a kitchen, they go out for some other purpose with colored dress and suddenly they come as usual like inside the kitchen and cook tea and etc. with the colored dress. Is that okay? Serve food and things.
So I think they should understand Baba's kitchen is a pure place. We have tea corners separate, usually in some centers. We have tea corners separate. So we don't need to, it's not such urgent. So I advise that when you are coming from outside, you take a shower, you bring your white clothes, you take a shower, change your clothes, and then cook tea or doli or whatever. Not with the same office clothes, outside clothes, because it has outside smell, vibration, everything. Whether it is tea or food, it is the same thing. Want to enter the kitchen, you must, when you come from outside, that is the principle for center vasis also. When you go to work, when you come to the center, go straight, have shower, change your dress, and then come to the kitchen for eating. Not with the same clothes. It's not nice to practice.
Brothers who cook in the kitchen just had a question. If they go to toilet or something, do they have to take a bath or body bath?
No, full bath.
Full bath.
It's not a big thing for brothers to take a bath. It's not a big thing. Yeah. Every time they go for a bowel motion, they don't need to wash their hair. But brothers, for them is no problem. If they don't wash their hair, doesn't matter. But it's not a big problem. I think they like to because they feel much cooler.
Those who cook in the kitchen, Baba Center, do they have to offer at home as well? Is it a must?
Of course, it is different. Your home is different, Baba's home is different in two places. Why are you asking that question? It should not be a question at all because when you are cooking at home, you are serving the family members. When you are cooking here, you are cooking for Baba's family. It's two different families. So you must cook once a day at home.
If we have a turn to cook in the kitchen center, and if we missed Amrit Vela by carelessness or some way, can we listen only and then cook?
Means, of course, it's not a sin, but we shouldn't do that. Why should you miss? Once or twice, okay. But if it happens regularly, it is not a nice thing, no? Every day you miss Amrit Vela and then give the excuse. No. Once in a while it happens, doesn't matter. It's not that you are not allowed to cook, but it should not become a regular system that I never do Amrit Vela, but I want to come and cook. That is not right. Once in a while, due to some health reason, whatever, I cannot pick up, doesn't matter. But it should not be a habit.
Can we prepare cake and offer both of these things?
Just now already mentioned, no need to repeat.
And sometimes we cook in an electrical equipment like induction cooker, something like that, no fire. So can we cook both on the
No problem. That is also fire. It's electricity is also fire. You don't need to have a fire burning. That is also heat. It changes the form, it changes the texture. It doesn't matter. You can use index stove, no problem.
And this question is it correct to divide the food and keep a share for a center Nivasi because they will not go home and they are always depend as Baba's Bandara. That means I think separately to take some for the center residents and keep separately. And
No, that we always advise because sometimes all the center passes are not present when you finish cooking. So it is a system in some centers. They have a separate dish. They put them in and put it on the table. Whenever they come, they can serve themselves. That's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you are in a hurry to go home after cooking, you can eat and go. And leave that food for the center vasis in different dishes on the table, they will help themselves.
Nowadays, here the peanuts and kajus are very expensive, and some center vasis eat that always. Is it right?
That one I cannot answer. You have to check yourself. When you know that it is expensive and when there is economic problem in the country, why you want to eat something which is so expensive, you can sacrifice what? Nothing wrong. It is not the common food. You can do without it, right? It's not a must. Yeah. So that is called greed. Eat for taste. So you have to use your common sense, When it is so expensive, when economic problem is going on, and I should be able to help people instead of expending more on myself.
Some center vasis, this question is not clear for me, but some center vasis make dishes themselves. There are enough food, what can I do? Not enough food or enough food?
Even though there's enough food, some centers make special.
There is enough food, center vasis make special food for themselves.
So this one, there is a reason because sometimes some center vasis have certain health problems. Some cannot take chili, some cannot take too much oil, some cannot take sugar, so they have diabetic problem. They cannot take rice, they have to take chapati. So what is important is that the center vasis should sit together and make each other understand why they have to cook separately. So there is no misunderstanding. We have to help. We have to help because they are surrendered. They are living here and they have to eat what they need according to their health. So it's not that because general food, of course, we have to cook properly for everyone. But even then, I suggest don't use red chili powder. Nirmala Ben has removed from the shelves of all centers. In Sri Lanka, do you still use? So today, from today, red chili powder, throw it away. No use. It is very bad for the health. It is tamo pradhan, not even organic yoga with eating red chili powder. Huh? So either you have red chili eating or volcanic yoga. What do you like? So today, no, green chili also little bit. That's all, not too much. I have been tasting food in Sri Lanka. It is too hot. It is not good for health. Really, I tell you, you have to really lessen because we are not eating for taste. We are eating to live. You know, we just want to survive. That is why we are eating, right? So as far as special food concerned, if there are four center bases, if one is having sugar problem, whatever, blood pressure, cannot take sugar, salt, so you should sit down and discuss. And then if you are making special food for yourself, there will be no waste of. And those who come to cook, no need to have waste of. If they are eating separate, because they have understood amongst the center bases and they know the reason. We have to cooperate. Even in India also they do patient food separate, you know, because otherwise they cannot survive.
There are cut vegetables in the supermarket, so can we buy such vegetables which is cut and packed?
Better not to, because why you are lazy to cut vegetable? You can buy frozen peas, okay, that is not always available. Frozen peas is okay, but cut vegetables are expensive than normal vegetable. So when you get half price the normal vegetable which you can cut and use, why you pay expensive to buy frozen vegetable? So I prefer that is also remembering Baba, you know, washing, cutting. It's a method of remembering Baba. Yeah.
Can we buy peanuts with the shells and then open the shells and eat?
I think these are the taste only. We want to eat for the sake of taste. So I think we have to ask ourselves, am I eating this because I want to satisfy my taste buds? Or is it because I want to eat because to keep my health? So then once you have the answer, you know what to do. So any expensive commodity which is not necessary, we should really avoid. You know, all this chocolate, ice cream, all these things are extra. That is not basic food. You can do without them. So, but you can even you get raw peanuts and you can roast it at home. Why you want to buy it? It is more cheaper. You know, these things, olden days, they were doing it. They were not getting sick. So now it has become like the vibrations are not good. So it is not being offered to Baba. So it is not pure food 100%.
Some claims the BTS going to the center.
No, we have to tell them no more. Dadi has been strict. Dadi has stopped accepting chocolates. Yeah.
There's a question related to this. Is it okay to take instant foods such as chocolate or sauce or biscuits with correct ingredients? Taking the ingredients can be
No,
balanced.
I think what I suggest is these things you cannot offer it to Baba. You just buy and eat. So why not you make at home? Chocolate also can be made, biscuits can also be made. But we are going for shortcuts, lazy to make. Now become a little bit strict about your food if you want to increase your yoga stage. Yoga stage is very much connected with your food and your sleep. You eat this kind of food, you feel sleepy in yoga, you cannot have powerful yoga. Focus affect.
And can we drink tea because that is not offered to Baba?
No, tea is the normal drinking like water. Oh, it's okay. Tea minimum, also not maximum. You know, minimum morning once and evening once. I should not be addicted. That is important. Once or twice drinking is nothing wrong. Even when you make tea, friend says, you give drishti 2 minutes, make it into nectar, and then drink. You're offering, remembering Baba, holding before drinking, always sit down and drink, always give drishti to the tea or coffee, 1 minute, half a second, whatever, make it into nectar, medicine, whatever, and then drink. It's more purification.
Next is we offer food to Baba and serve to children in the center, but still the BKs are wasting that, and in the dustbin it is much wasted. So what to do?
The reason is the one who is serving is not sensible. They give too much, give little first, and if they want, come for second serve. Because some food they may not like it. You give them too much, and you have already put into their place what to do. So they won't do it. So give little first, those who are serving, and if they want, come for second serve. Then the food will not be wasted.
So Didi already told that not to use mobiles in the kitchen while cooking, but still sometimes we listen only through Zoom, so we are listening only and we are cooking. Is that okay?
No, see, the intention is very important. You are not using the mobile to talk to someone. This is where you are not sensible, not understanding. If you are playing Murli or Baba song while cooking, it's okay. But if you use the same mobile to talk to your friend and discuss, gossip, very wrong.
And in center, we are applying these rules and system. But likewise, it is difficult to apply the same in Gita Pachalas. So, what is each suggestion or advice for this?
No, then the Gita Pachala people should sit down, because in Gita Pachala, some children may be in knowledge, some may not be in knowledge, they have their own lifestyle. So parents have to sit down and explain the system. Make them understand this is the way we will do it, so let you know. So not immediately you cannot implement like center, because in Gita Pachala means where, of course, all the members are in knowledge, you should implement. But if some family members are not in knowledge, so you have to sit with them, make them understand.
And this is the question. Every BK knows all the rules and system, but still sometimes they don't follow it. And what to do for that?
You cannot do anything. Number wise, according to effort, somebody has to become maids and servants. So they are fixing their status for the future. If they are not obeying Baba, they are proving themselves that I am going to be the one who will be a maid in the future. Those who are subservient to their habits, they are das. So they will become das, maids in the future. So I have not come here to become a maid or a servant. I come here to become a king. So I will not be subservient to my habits.
Can I use onion or garlic at home to cook my Lockheed family? But I am cooking separately for me. Can I wash dishes at center and overlook at home?
No. You have to be totally free from onion, garlic, meat, everything. Once you are handling something which is not according to Baba's principle, you have to talk to your parents and your family members. If you want onion, garlic, you cook for yourself. Without that, I can make a kind of compromise so that they also take some responsibility. Wife also always have to compromise. But in Baba's home, no, you have to be totally clean. You can't even have onion garlic in your home if you are a Patshala, all the members in knowledge, you cannot call it Brahma Bhojan. You have onion, garlic, meat in your fridge. You cannot offer.
Didi, if I eat as a weekend, if I eat onion or garlic, and can I visit Madhuban? No vegetarian, but I am taking onion garlic vegetarian.
No, you are not allowed. But if you hide, don't tell us, we can't do anything. We can't come and look at your stomach, what you are eating. So you have to tell the truth. So then you have to wait for the right time.
Some people, while cooking, without putting the spices on a proper amount, they say, I am doing in yoga power, I am putting yoga power in it and cooking. But the food is not that taste, maybe some salt is less, so
This is carelessness. If something is lacking in the food, you are not in yoga. Your mind is wandering somewhere else. If I am really in Baba's remembrance, I don't make a mistake. I tell you one example. One sister cooked kheer by some like kheer, never put sugar, and then that was put in the foam dish, and trans messenger went to the trance of her home. Baba never accepted. He sent back the messenger and asked her to ask the person who cooked the kheer to taste. No sugar. So Baba said, today everybody should be given kheer without sugar. Punishment for everyone because of one person. So it is not right. Making mistake while cooking and giving excuse that I was in remembrance, so that is why it happened. No, that is wrong way of looking at it. If you are in remembrance of Baba, you are anything, not just cooking, anything that you are doing will be accurate, of quality and beautiful. If anything is missing, food has burned, food is not cooked properly, something wrong in your yoga. Your intellect was somewhere else. Sometimes in the area, some people used to burn the food. Baba used to tell them, the one who has cooked the burnt food, they have to eat the all 2 days. Because that is the punishment. Because they burnt, you cannot throw it away. The next time they will go to the mistake again. So these are not excuses. No.
Though they know that in the kitchen we have to be silent and we have to cook food for Baba, but still they are talking and with noise they are cooking. So can we allow them to cook further or how to
No, these are all common sense. That's why we have classes like this from time to time just to remind people. Baba's kitchen is not a meeting place. Baba's kitchen is not a talking place. So this kind of gathering is a reminder for us. So we should not be doing that. It's not nice. So if there are 3 people in the kitchen, one person is talking, 2 person is silent, how long they can talk? They will also become silent. But if 2 people also join with the 1 person, 3 people make noise. So we have to teach by example.
when we do offering for Baba, in the roses we remove the thorns. Do we need to remove the leaves also?
It's common sense, why do you want to remove the leaves? Such a simple thing. Yeah, thorns we should remove because it hurts. You give it to somebody, it hurts. But you must wash it so that it doesn't have ants and insects inside. You don't need to remove the leaves. It's common sense.
And some BKs for Murali class, they bring small children and feed the small children in the Murali class center area. Is it okay?
It is not okay. This is not allowed actually. Small children should not be brought in the general Murali class as much as possible. So if you want to come with the small children, come to the center after the general Murali class, no problem. Then the child can do anything he likes, But one class in the morning is official. Even Baba used to say sometimes, those mothers who bring the children, they don't have so much sense. They know This is university. Children are not allowed here. So don't do that. If you want to come, if you want to come with the children, come after the Murli class. You are allowed. You tell the sisters, bring the child. The child can play. You give the food. You can listen to the Murli. No problem.
For sisters, in the monthly periods time, have permission to cook for offering?
No, I already mentioned. If your intellect is not here, you will catch. When you are not clean, that is what it means. That you cannot enter the kitchen, cook. Because mentally also your state is not good. Psychologically you are affected. Physically you are not clean. So you don't go to kitchen until you are clean.
In global shop, ready-made foods are sold, and in global hospital, can they be eaten? They are said it is made by DKs, and even in peace partners, they are selling.
But I think we don't go for those things. That is for people who don't know where to go. This is for desperate people, not us who can cook food, offer food and eat. This is for, there are some people who don't have kitchen, who don't have anybody to stay with. So they just provide some arrangement. We don't need to go for those things. Madhuban, when you are there, they are giving you fresh food. Why do you want to go and take back food? And when you are leaving Madhuban, they give you journey food also. Why you think about all those things?
If we have the schedule to cook tomorrow, go for Baba, and today some come and ask us what are you going to cook or what are you going to do Toli. So if they ask like that, do we have to tell?
Of course, you have to tell because they have to get ingredients. How? If you don't tell them in advance, how the center buses can get
Not
ingredients?
related to center buses, other normal details, family.
No, they don't mix. If you are connected with the center and you are coming to the center to cook, you have to tell the center buses in advance what you want to cook, or they can tell you what to cook and provide the ingredients. Others are not involved. I don't need to inform anybody and everybody. That is not their business to ask and not necessary for me to tell. It is the connection between center basi and myself.
Family is vegetarian, ate onion and garlic before coming to Baba. But my husband eat onion and garlic. He is not in Bihar. Is it okay if I offer food to Baba at home?
No, we don't offer. Sorry.
My family is not in with Baba. When I go home, I cook and eat myself. At home, there's no Baba's room, but I remember Baba and I eat. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no problem.
Those who have not gone to Madhuban, even for once, but still they are eligible to cook. So is it okay that because you didn't go to Madhuban, you can't cook in the Baba station?
No, not necessary. There are many mothers and fathers. They have not been to Madhuban for 8 years, 10 years. But they are eligible to cook because they have full Dharna. It's not necessary that you have to go to Madhuban to be eligible to go. But it is nice if I have a chance to go at least once. But doesn't matter due to some reason, monetary, physical, bondage, you cannot go to Madhuban, but you follow all the maryadas strictly, you are eligible.
Nowadays, many have sugar, that is diabetes. So, do we really have to do sweets and offer as both of the sweets?
Definitely yes, because Baba makes us sweet. It's because you have diabetes, everybody don't. Baba don't have diabetes. Everybody don't have. Even if you have diabetes, when both is offered, you must not disrespect go. You don't take whole katora, but take little half a spoon. It will work like medicine for you. It's okay. We have to cook sweet. Baba makes the sweet, and Baba is sweet, and everybody likes sweet. Everybody don't have diabetes. So why you want to stop cooking sweet, you know? But you should also accept it, even if you have diabetes, just a pinch of it. That is like a medicine. That will work wonders for you.
This is like those who cook in Baba's kitchen, they visit other Paka Brahmins' home and eat their any shortage or anything is given by them. Is it okay?
It's not nothing wrong, but once in a while it is okay. But it should not become a regular system that I all the time keep on visiting Brahmin's home and eat. Once in a while, it happens by naturally, it's okay. Once it is Paka Brahmins, everybody is following, but don't make it as a regular, habit.
Yeah. In desperate situation, can we eat bread or biscuit outside?
No, there is no desperate situation that you cannot survive without bread. No, there are fruits. There are fruits which is available everywhere. There are cereals. You can eat cereals. You can eat fruits, vegetable salad. No problem. Why you want to buy bread? No.
Is it okay to drink a tea or a coffee from the machine and outside?
Machine is okay, nothing wrong with that because if you don't, just like you take a 3-in-1 packet and put hot water and make the tea, like how we do it in the airplane. Sometimes we take hot water and we have our own tea bag and we make our tea. That's okay.
We don't cook non-veg at home, but children go outside and eat non-veg. So can we offer at home?
I don't think until everybody's clean, better wait.
At home, if we are not, if we don't have the facility to offer both at home, can we offer in front of only Shiv Baba's picture and eat, or otherwise to do proper offering at home? What kind of efforts we have to make?
Anyway, to offer at home, all the members have to be Paka Brahmin. Then only we give permission to make Baba's room and we allow them to use Brahma Baba's picture. Unless all the family members are not Paka, you cook your own food and when you get it in your plate, you offer and eat. No need to offer in Shiv Baba picture and all that. And just put in your plate, offer it and
Should we use different color towels for cleaning, such as utensils, different toli?
so that you can choose, you can put a label. In Western countries, they are very clever in that. They put hand towel, utensil towel, bath towel. They put just not the color towel doesn't make difference, but you have to put a label so that when people use, for what purpose.
It should not be mixed.
Doesn't matter. Once you have the label, color of the towel doesn't make difference.
That's all the questions. Any other questions?
Got enough questions anyway. I think all questions are answered now. Now only to implement, right? Because the bhojan is such an important aspect. That is why Dadi Janki always say food and company. Today Baba spoke about doubt. Why you get doubt? Because of the wrong company you keep. Company affects the intellect. food affects the mind. So if you are a good person, but if you keep a wrong company, your intellect is influenced. A faithful intellect can become a doubtful intellect in no time. So that is why be careful about the company you keep. Nowadays, company is not human beings. Company of internet, company of mobile, company of books, company of IT, all these influences. That is why Shivani Ben was saying you have to be careful what content you are feeding your intellect. Seeing, listening, speaking, eating, thinking. Whatever contents you put, that is what is going to influence your state of mind. So I have to be careful about the contents to keep my immunity positive. If I don't take care of the content goes through 5 areas. Looking, listening, talking, reading, eating. If you don't take care of it, what you are putting through this, your immunity system will go haywire. So that is why doubt comes through bad company. Food affects the mind. So that is why I have to be careful. I don't compromise. You see, Dadis, when they were sent for service after 14 years of tapasya, Baba gave them challenge. Manohar Dadi was sharing her experience. She was told by Baba, you are going to meet your mother after 14 years. Your mother will be so much attachment now. She may come and hug you. And she should not touch you at all. You should have such soul consciousness. Instead of coming closer, she should go a bit far. She get the vision of a deity. And they should not offer anything, no drinking water. You know, you should choose the place where you want to sit in her home. So Dadi passed in all 3 tests. When she arrived, when the mother opened the door, she was shocked. Instead of coming and closer, she went back because she got the vision of a goddess. She was so shocked where to make the goddess sit, what to give. She couldn't know words. She was stunned. So Dadi herself said, "Let you sit there, you know, and never drank anything." So, that is why Dadis had power. When they give drishti to someone, they become air quality souls. Immediately they become babas. Drishti had power because the stage had power. But today we are all compromising. So no air quality souls are created. We are using facilities to make effort. So our stage is fluctuating. When we stop using facilities to make effort, when our effort is based on sadhana, spiritual endeavor, tapasya, renunciation, then air quality souls will emerge. They are waiting. So that is like Dadis had that when they came out for service. Yag, tapasya, and seva. Those souls who emerged at that time until now, they are the pillars of Papa's Yajna. So strong. So if you want to create air quality souls in Sri Lanka, do tapasya, renunciation, not using facilities. Without facilities, I must do sadhana. Okay. Om Shanti.